What's up? What's up, guys? Oh, looks like Anthony is the first person in the chat. What's up, Anthony? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me nice and clear, because I need to make sure you guys can hear me before I need to make sure you guys can hear me before I go on a rant. Oh, I start going on. What's up, Anthony? Just put a one. Let me know. All right. What's up? Okay, Anthony, number one. The acumen of a debonair. What's up? Ah, yo, that's a unique name. You know something I know about debonair? My dad used to like wine, and I think it used to be called debonair. It was like some sweet, kind of spicy wine. Um, all right, guys, just give me 1 second. I hope it doesn't go off. Cancel that. All right. They can hear me. What's up, Anthony? Anthony says, hi, God bless you, loud and clear. That's what I like to hear. All right. So let's get into it. You see the title of the video. I have so many videos I'm going to be reacting to with you guys. So I'm not even going to waste your time, man. So let me just get into it. I can't see. I'm having technical issues down here, but I think we'll be good. All right, let's get into it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to your boy. But in the meantime, let me just do this one thing and then we get started. You can see I have the video ready for you guys. Hope you guys had a good day. I hope you guys had a good Tuesday. So I'm ready. Just give me 1 second. We're gonna get into it. Anthony, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even say God bless you too, man. Thanks for the blessings. God bless you too, Anthony. All right. So just give me 1 second. All right, this is what I wanted to do. Just give me 1 second. We're about to get started. About to get started. All right. So since you guys can hear me, I might as well get started. Oh yeah, the sound went off because I took my mic off. I did that on purpose. But I'm sure you can now hear me. So let's get started with the video. Nope, it's not that one. All right, I got you guys. Let's go.
How long into dating before you start smashing? Let everybody know.
How long into dating before smashing?
Yeah.
I mean, smash before the dating, I feel like.
That's what you do?
Yeah. Me personally, I would want to have them before I date them, in my opinion. Is that a bad answer? I don't know.
No, I mean, everybody has their opinion.
I get the people that want to date and then have, but also at the same time, I feel like I'd want to know how they are in bed before I date them. You know what I mean?
All right, ladies. Okay, so you ladies watched that clip there. So let's start with you. How long before dating until you smash?
I think that for me, there's no like time set. It has to be like organic, like kind of like, you know.
Do you agree with what she said? Like smash before dating?
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
No.
it depends then.
It depends.
Got
like
you.
I said, it has to be like organic and not forced.
Not forced. Got it. And have you ever smashed before you dated?
Yes.
Fair enough. Captain No Fugazi. What about you, Natalie?
Yeah, I've done that before.
Smash before dating.
Mhm.
Okay. But you don't agree with it because going forward, that's not really what you.
Yeah,
would
it
do.
was like how you said you were young. Like I was young. I didn't know any better. I was outside just doing whatever.
Yeah. I
But
think so.
but yeah, now as like an adult, for sure you shouldn't do something
She was
like
in
that.
the streets.
Just because one, it's kind of immoral, and two, too much room for error. You know what I mean? You can contract something, you could be pregnant, that man probably doesn't even have any how do you say it? Further interest in you, but just like the physical. So you shouldn't do something like that. You should get to know somebody's character
Fair
for
enough.
sure.
All right. And what's your thoughts? Same question to the ladies.
No, I do not think that. I would not smash before dating at this age.
Have you ever smashed before?
They're
you dated?
lying. All of them are lying.
Probably like my early 20s. But now
See?
at this age, I feel like I believe in that energy transfer.
Hold on,
Going
you
back.
34?
Yes.
How come when you get older, your standards get higher too?
I know.
That's just when you're younger. First of all, I feel like you're not mature until you're like at least 25, 26.
But how come y'all didn't know that in your 20s? That's old enough to
I feel
know.
like the feelings and the hormones were everywhere. When you kiss, when you kiss and you hug and it feels good, those
But you
oxytocin levels.
You
drop.
could still have that feeling at 35, 40.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like when you meet somebody new that's your type and
But how do you know the difference between horny and you like someone?
that's when you gotta that's where you have to take the time to
So now
get
at this
to
age,
know.
you think?
No, that's where the father comes in. That's where the father in the house comes in to talk to his daughters. Hey, listen, daughter, don't go out here smashing random men. Don't here be in the streets with random boys, But for some reason, every woman claims whenever they reach 30, 35, 45, they claim they didn't know any better. But guess what? If you kill someone, just because you're 25, the judge is not going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to let you off. You killed someone, you're 25 as a woman, you killed someone, I'm going to give you a pass because you didn't know any better. No, you're an adult. So you're expected to, to behave like an adult.
You think about it. Is what
Well,
I'm trying to say.
one,
I think younger people
one,
don't have
women
discipline.
don't get horny.
Who said?
Whores get horny. So why are you horny?
Wait, hold on.
A minute, what?
Whores get horny.
It's called.
Women do not get horny.
I don't know. It's called muscle
Women
memory.
only
You
get
heard?
horny for their man
No.
in a relationship, for their husband,
So
a real
you've
woman.
never had a wet dream because of muscle memory?
Have wet
no,
dreams.
don't do that. So, I mean, I don't want to say that.
Let's finish up with the question.
I think I would agree with her when she said it depends. Like it's situational.
How long you let your man wait before he smash?
Well, we were friends for 3 years
And he ain't smash?
before. No, because I had a boyfriend at the time. We were genuinely just friends. Yeah.
Dang. So he was the dude in the friend zone.
No, bro. Okay, so remember how you
No.
said like, girls know exactly who they gonna f- with after they stop with their man.
That was true.
He was top one of the top three. Nah,
Oh, so he was
I'm
number one
joking.
out of the three.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Nah, listen, no,
Um,
tell him, yeah, he watching right now. Listen,
Keep an
man,
obligation.
he had two
No,
other
it's
options.
so funny because we actually just had this conversation with one of his friends like a couple days ago, and I was like, "Yeah, girls definitely have a list if they need to have a list,
Okay.
if that makes sense." But anyways, no, I think it depends on the person.
Question. So then, right after you broke up with the man, since you already had that option in your back pocket, how long did you make him wait until after you, like when you broke up with the man?
year.
So you still made him wait a year. Then the question is, did you ever smash before dating? Meaning you ain't let a man wait.
No,
You never
like
did that.
anybody that I dated and took serious and was in a relationship with, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I did not let.
Okay. And what about you?
I mean, to bounce off of that, I mean, like I have a rule basically.
Moral.
Like either a 3-day rule. I try to stick to 10. So basically, if you reach 4 dates
Yeah.
and it fizzles out, you're not left with feeling some kind of way because you just made a body or had a body. And
So
the
that's
person is no
you don't feel shameful if it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and I mean it helps
Okay.
with the discipline of it because I do have those standards and
Yeah.
I do feel like I have discipline. I mean, we're all human. We make mistakes. There's
So you
room
want
for
to make
error.
sure he likes you.
Yeah. Yeah,
not
I
just
mean, I
want
was
sex.
young at some point, and there was times where it was the first time, but I learned my lesson from that and going forward.
See, and that's why I asked that question earlier. Like, you guys had experience with guys when you were in your early 20s, or maybe when you were 18, 19, where you dealt with a guy and he just wanted sex, but you continue in your 20s to sleep with guys
That's still
so
the
quickly.
case now, though.
Eva Eddie, you're right. You're right. For every woman who tells you, who makes you wait, you best believe she gave it to someone faster. No, I'm not saying women should be here just go sleeping with men on the first date. But when she's talking about, oh, I'm still trying to get to know you, and you guys have been talking for what, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, maybe 2 months, and it's still, because for some reason, even when she's making you wait, she still expects you to pay for the dates, right? Because for me, I have no issues if a woman doesn't want to sleep with you, she's making you wait, but she doesn't expect you to go to pay on dates, and you guys are paying 50-50 on dates. I'm okay with that deal, because some women are like, okay, you don't have to pay for my dates. I'm fine with that deal, but they don't want that deal. They want you to invest with your money, but they also want to make you wait.
That's all they want
But-
is sex. So
but
it doesn't matter if
you know
you're
the crazy
20
thing
or
is-
26.
The crazy thing is this: women had sex with guys in their past on the first date.
Mhm.
Facts.
In their past, they let a nigga hit it the first date, the first time. Then with the current man that they're talking to, they make him wait.
Facts. All
Make the dude wait for sex. Like, why does this man have to suffer, but other niggas got it the first date? What if the tables was reversed?
Trauma.
What if this, right?
I don't think that.
Now, listen, let's just flip it. What does a woman expect from the man? Protection and provision. What does the man expect from the woman? Sex and submissiveness, right? What if it was reversed? Men flipped it, and you found out that when he first started dating a woman, he started protecting and providing for her on date number one. But for you, took about a year for him to protect and provide for you. How would that make you feel?
It would make me feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make you feel some kind of way, right?
Yeah.
So now
She wouldn't even stay, because if you don't provide on the first date, meaning you don't pay for the full first date, she's never gonna she's gonna ghost you. She's never gonna talk to you again. You know, so what they want is everything in their favor. They want to have the power, they want to have the cards. You know, they want you to pay and invest, buy flowers, buy dinner, take them out, do nice things, do golfing and bowling. But when it comes to, because let's be honest, right? Women don't like the fact that most men are sexually attracted to them before they're attracted to their personality. Like when a man sees a woman, the first thing is like, she looks good, I'm definitely attracted to her. It's sexually. It's not like she looks good, oh my God, I like her personality. The personality comes later, right? Because otherwise, if there was no sex, most men wouldn't be dating.
let's reverse it back on the men. So let's hypothetically, I'm speaking to you, right? We go out on a date.
But
But
just to piggyback on
real quick, let me I'll let you get there just so we can finish this. Hypothetically, me and you dating. You know, first date is cool, second date cool. And you said 10 dates, right? Is your rule?
No, she said 4 days.
It's in the draft
It
because
varies.
it
Okay.
hasn't
All right, well,
made
for the hypothetical, right? Let's say it takes me 5 dates to have sex with you. And I know about your rule or whatever. But
you
then
wouldn't know.
it's a hypothetical. It's hypothetically speaking, right? I wouldn't know, but now I do know, right? But what I'm saying is it's taken me 5 dates to have sex with you, and I find out that another man dated you and you gave him sex on the first date. Just like it would make you feel some type of way that if you found out that he was protecting and providing for a woman on the first date, but he's making you wait like a year or all of these days to protect and provide for you, the man is going to feel some type of way when he finds out that someone hit it the first night, but I got to wait all of these months to smash. What's going on here? You get what
She
I'm
doesn't
saying?
like
So that's the difference. I don't think women like truly think about that.
They don't.
I understand.
Actually, I'm lying. They think about it, but because it doesn't benefit them. I think the women who are scared of sleeping with men quickly are the ones who know that they have nothing else to offer. Because she knows if the man gets to clap them cheeks, there's nothing else that she's gonna do to make him make him stay around. Right. So without her getting her cheeks clapped, nothing, like she's not peaceful. Like she's not gonna call him. She can't cook, or maybe she's an independent woman who doesn't cook for a man. So usually, the ones who make men wait a longer time, they know there's nothing else they have to offer apart from chicks. So they're like, you know what? Since there's nothing else, let me just keep waiting. Let me make him wait. Or sometimes they want you to invest so you get attached. So by the time, because imagine you take a girl out, you spend $100, you take out second time, third time, 5 times, 6 times. Each time you're taking out, you're spending a minimum of $5 or $50 minimum. That's on a good day, spending minimum $50. That's if you're going to one place, getting maybe a drink, both of you, and a plate of food, $50, and that's on the low end. So 5 times 6 dates is $300. So she's hoping that the more you invest, the harder it will be for you to leave as a guy, to be like, you know what? Because after 6 dates and you've been paying money for 6 dates, as a man, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm already invested. I've already spent my $300. Let me just keep going. That's how some guys think, right? So she will make you wait, so you invest more, so you stay longer.
Dan,
Because
your
like,
point,
like real quick, even when you're dating men and you may say your past history to a man, like I'm trying to give you a game. Don't ever bring that up. Don't if you have a rule, don't ever say that you let another dude hit the first day, because in his mind, if he didn't hit the first day, he gonna feel some type of way. He gonna feel some type of way.
Fact.
So don't ever tell that. I'm giving some game. Chad is probably hating me right now. Like, Cooley, what? Don't tell them that. But I'm sorry, you wanted to piggyback off of.
Yeah, so she was basically saying that it's a genuine interaction or having sex, because most of the time people want to initiate sex on the first date. They're meeting someone, the hormones are going crazy. You want to do it, but it's a genuine interaction. It's a genuine interaction. It should come.
So it
naturally.
depends on, in a nutshell, it depends how attractive you are to him. That's what I'm picking up. I think that I think if a woman has very, very high attraction to a guy,
Yep,
you're gonna get it the first or the second date.
yeah.
But if
She really likes you, like she's really attracted to you, she's not even gonna. She doesn't. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you right now. If a woman is really attracted to you and you guys on a date and you're trying to spend so much money, there are 2 things that's gonna happen. If she sees you trying to buy something expensive to impress her, she will stop you and be like, you know what, that's too expensive. A woman who cares about your money will look at the menu and be like, these guys are too expensive. That's a she's not trying to test you to see if you're a cheapskate or something like that. There are 2 things she will do. She will either stop you from paying so much for something, or she will just get a drink. Number 2, she will offer to pay for dessert, and she'll actually pay for it. She'll be like, no, you paid for the dinner. I'll get us some ice cream. I'll pay for the ice cream. That's a woman who actually likes you. And then the body language, like let's say even when you guys are hugging or you try to hold her hand, you feel that energy.
I'm attracted to you.
But-
that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to have sex with you.
That's a lie.
No,
But-
I
No, that's not.
No, that
Sexual
ain't a lie.
attraction
That's a
and
lie.
physical attraction are 2 different things.
I agree.
No,
Okay,
no,
okay.
no, really. If you find someone physically attractive, unless they turn you off, more than likely you're going to be sexually attracted to them.
But I do believe that if you're her type, you meet at least 9 out of 10 things on the list. It's gonna take you 1 or 2 dates. Like
Yep.
you could be attractive and not her type, so it'll take you longer. But that's because you're not her initial type, what she goes for. So I feel like I think a woman's gonna make that guy wait more compared to the guy that's actually her physical type, height preference.
and
race
that is
preference.
why dating needs to be more intentional. You know, I wouldn't be out on a date with a man that I didn't think that
Right.
I
Women
was
do that all the
attracted
time.
to or wanted to build a future
Because-
or something with. I
Right,
wouldn't
but
waste
also
my time like
you
that.
girls go. I mean, you guys have guys that you are attracted to, but he may not be your type, but you think he's cute. You know what I mean?
No,
But
the
then-
thing is, they go based off how they feel. Women,
too.
they
That
go
too.
based off how they feel. So at the end of the day,
I
like
feel
she
like
was
we
saying in regards to that, like if it's that vibe, then she's going at like it's not the man can be very attractive. Like
Right.
they're right when they speak about that. They can be very physically attracted to the guy, but if the vibe isn't right,
Right.
if he's just not making her feel comfortable and secure and good,
Yeah.
then he's not getting no sex.
No,
Like he
that's
can be like looking mad good. She can be
Mhm.
very attracted to
And
him.
then he says
Drop
he's
dead
great.
gorgeous
Yep.
type of guy, which basically how she views the man.
Mhm.
But he would still The probability decreases if he doesn't have the capability of making her feel the vibe. But the thing is,
Or he could be attractive, but he's broke. Or at least to what she thinks broke is. He could be like really attractive, but because he has no money or he's struggling, she's like, okay, he's attractive. She may, let him clap cheeks on the low, but usually she's like, the way women think is like, okay, he's attractive, but what are my friends gonna say when they find out he has no job? Because they care about what their friends said too.
she can maybe not even be attracted to the guy. It could be an experience where it's like she's kind of iffy about it, but she link up with homie, and homie got that Mac. He put that Mac down. Listen, them draws is coming off. So they go based off how they feel. Yeah.
I was gonna say we go based off. Well, I can only speak for me. Depending on the situation, I would go based off how the man makes me feel, not necessarily.
Yeah, it's based off. It's always because women, you don't really create a vibe.
Matters.
Yeah, but like think about this: women don't create vibes. You don't create a vibe. When it comes to your girls, you create vibes with your girls.
Yep.
But when it comes to you dating,
Shut her down.
He was vibing. Thank you.
Ladies, let me finish.
Call it out.
He's basically saying the man's.
But I mean, he said women can't create a vibe. Yeah, he didn't specify.
No, I did.
But he means like on dates.
Date. I got it. Let me speak. What I'm saying is this is real simple, right? You don't create a vibe. Like when you date a man, you don't even have any expectations for you to create a vibe. What you do expect is to walk into a situation with a vibe already created by that man.
Facts.
Like that's what you expect. So if you say no, think about this. You don't even know all of the things that a man has to do to create that vibe to make you feel some type of way. Say if you linking up with a guy, he brings you to a restaurant. He's asking for a certain seat probably before you even got there. Maybe he called up. He's wearing a certain type of cologne. He's speaking to you in a certain type of way with a certain type of tone, and his jokes is hitting on point for you to feel a vibe. He has to make that joke for you to laugh.
Fact.
You don't have to make that joke for him to laugh. If someone is laughing at your jokes, is that a vibe to you? What's more of a vibe? You laughing at the jokes. What's more of a vibe? You feeling comfortable. That's a vibe. Do you feel comfortable yourself? No, you're expecting this man to create a situation that you are comfortable in. Think about it. You're the weaker sex anyway, from a physical standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. So even when you go out, it's like you always second guessing from a safety standpoint, like, well, is he going to be a creep? Is he going to be weird? Like, what's really going to go on here? So when you walk into that situation, depending on the vibe he created, then your feelings change and then you fall into his vibe. But you don't actually create vibes yourself. This is why stats even show a third of men between the ages of 18 and 30 is either a virgin or haven't had sex in a year. Because a lot of men don't know how to create that vibe for a woman. Even in text messaging.
I disagree. It's not even about the vibe. Because guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what vibe you create. I don't care if you use money. I don't care if you use game. I don't care if you use flowers. I don't care if you buy her the most expensive dinner. I don't care if you buy her gifts, right? There is nothing on God's earth that you can do to please a woman. It's up to her. That's why she will leave a man with money and go sleep with a guy who doesn't make money. So for me personally, I stopped believing that there's anything a man can do to make a woman feel good. It's up to her. The same way you may give me $100 and I appreciate it, and then you give someone else $100 and they don't appreciate it, it's the same way. It's about the person. So all I can tell men is do what you are comfortable with. If you're comfortable with a $2 debt, if you're comfortable with a $10 debt, that's what you should do. But if you're thinking you're going to spend $100, $200, $500 because you're going to make her feel safe and she's going to like you, it's never going to happen. Because her liking you is based on how she feels. She may like you Saturday and on Sunday she doesn't like you anymore. And you're going to be looking like, what did I do? I just spent $500 on you. Because it's not about what you spent. It's about her. Maybe, I don't know, her dog died last night. It has nothing to do with you. So for me, I don't believe that it's because men are not making women feel good. Because you can never impress a woman. Anything you do, it's up to her to either like it or not. So you might as well just do you.
If a nigga shoot you a DM, that vibe start from the DM. Like it starts with that first message. If you doing too much, it could throw off. If your joke was a little too pressy, if you speaking about sex within the first couple DMs, why are you talking about sex? You horny? Ew, creep vibes. You don't get no vagina. I don't want you.
Wait,
You know
so
what I'm
you
saying?
don't
So
think
it's
women
like-
can slide into men's DMs? That's
that
creating a
barely-
vibe, right?
That barely happens.
But how about
That
But it
doesn't create-
does.
Even if the woman slides into the man's DM,
It's
he
not
still-
creating a vibe.
Nah, he still has to create that
but how
vibe.
about when he
That's
comes over
crazy.
to her
Because
house?
listen, if what I'm saying is, if he doesn't create the vibe, he doesn't get sex.
That's true.
But if
I think men
I
put
wouldn't
too
agree
much
with
thought
that.
into it.
If he doesn't create the
Not that
vibe, he doesn't
complicated.
get sex. It's not that complicated.
No, it's just be
But what
yourself.
if he's coming to her house? I've had a date like that.
Okay.
I cooked for him.
If
He's coming
he
over. I had to
comes
make
to
that
your
vibe.
house
Right.
and you can set whatever you want.
Whatever
If
tone.
whatever you can set all
Yeah.
the tones. If he does anything wrong,
To fuck up that vibe.
anything wrong to mess up that vibe, he's out of there.
No, it's facts. I mean, like,
No,
That's
yeah,
a point.
yeah.
That was a good point.
true.
That was a good
He's
point.
out of there.
No, you're right.
So it's not the same thing right
So
now.
that's not the same thing. It's messing up the vibe then. He can't mess up the vibe. He doesn't necessarily have to create it.
no,
He
he
just
has
can't
to.
f it up. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
like,
I
so-
don't agree.
When we're thinking about it, he actually is creating it.
Yes, but I've had.
I just
Yeah,
said
he
it.
do.
I
Right.
disagreed.
No.
Because look, put it like this. Now, here's how we're gonna know.
Okay.
Can the woman ever mess up a vibe and
Yes.
the man? Let me
Sorry.
just finish it.
She can, but chances are
Would the man ever reject sex from the woman if the woman messed up the vibe?
kind
Yes.
Yes.
No.
My man has.
yeah, a man can reject sex from a woman if she messes up the vibe, but the chances are very small because men tolerate a lot. Like men are not very petty and very picky. Like a man could say something, a man could make a joke and then she doesn't get the joke. And then she's like, you know what? I'm leaving. Oh my God. How dare you speak to me like that? And the guy's like, I was just making a joke. And she'll get pissed off and leave, right? But a woman could make a joke. The man may get offended, but he will still be willing to smash. Like men are not very picky like that.
My man has.
You said your time out. You said your man, a relationship is already established. We're
Right.
talking about relationships that haven't been established, right?
No, a vibe
So-
is a vibe.
No. Listen, we're
Nah.
speaking about relationships that have not been established. We're not speaking about relationships that's already established. So don't
Okay.
move the goalposts. So what I'm saying is, would a man ever reject sex from a woman if she messes up the vibe?
Yes.
That is a no.
No, he's not.
It's a small
If a
gap.
dude mentions, if
Listen,
you listen,
if
if
you
you
Likely
walk
not.
into a date like this,
You
but
still
if
gonna
that,
hit.
but if that
Yeah,
ass is
most men
fat,
have no
But
standard.
how about hygiene?
most men don't
I
have
was
No,
gonna
how about
ask that.
hygiene?
The
hygiene.
Nigga,
hygiene.
listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
I'm
Guys
not
that would
doing
still
that,
smash,
but it's
but-
many men
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would still smash
That's
some
fair.
fish.
That's crazy.
Okay,
You're
right.
right. Yeah,
look,
that's
listen,
fair.
listen.
Talk about
Look,
no
listen.
standards.
The majority, like he said,
Sorry.
based on the stats, the majority of men are either virgin or have had sex in a year. So let's say you go on a date with one of those guys that meet that statistic.
Uh-huh.
If you come on that date acting funny like you just did, but your body's right and he thinks you look good and you're willing to have sex with him that night, he's gonna disregard all that funny shit you was doing and have sex with you that night. But if you come on a date with a guy who has
Yo, Evil Eddie's crazy, but you're right, Evil Eddie. Some guys do hold their breath when you're back there. Some guys, when they're clapping from the back, when they're clapping chicks from the back, and there's some guys will just keep going. They'll be like, you know what? Let me finish real quick and move on. Some guys just be like, Evil Eddie's crazy.
his pick of the litter with women and it has no problem getting women, and he come on a date acting funny like that, it's a dub.
Exactly.
But that's
so
how you
I
create
think
a
it's
cycle.
difference.
But there's not a lot of guys who can get. There's not a lot of guys who could get any woman they want. There's not a lot of guys who have their pick of the litter. Those guys have options, so those guys will be more picky and will dub the girl that's acting funny.
So we didn't have
there's
that
a double
context.
standard.
I think he's saying that women can get laid faster than men. That's what you're trying to say?
I mean, but that's
That's what I heard.
That's true, but
That is true.
he's also saying what he's saying is if a man does not create a vibe and if he's doesn't if he's not doing well on a date where he's acting weird or saying stupid stuff, you're not gonna smash him.
Fact.
Vice versa. It doesn't matter if you're saying stupid shit or acting weird or funny. If that guy finds you attractive and you're still gonna have sex with him, on top of you acting weird, he's gonna have sex with you. That's the difference. That's what we're saying.
I feel like that's thirsty.
Can I ask a
think
question?
I think it's a double standard,
It
right?
is a double standard.
Because with women, with
It's just-
men, right? Like how you're saying they're creating the vibe. A guy can look gorgeous,
Right.
right? But if his personality is ugly
Right.
or he's just obnoxious, you know what I mean? Or he's just being, even women too, because a lot of women date for, you know, finances, and he's being frugal, you know, they're more likely to dub him. Where if a woman was to be same thing, vice versa, they would overlook it like how they would overlook it.
Well,
like
I just
how
use
you
my
said.
own anecdotal experience. I went on a date with this girl. I smashed on the first night. She didn't set up a vibe. It was all me. Like I was doing the talking. I was being cool and
Yes, some
confident
women
and
are boring.
quote unquote funny. And like she didn't crack not one joke. She was just there just enjoying the date.
Ladies.
You know what I'm saying? But because I'm just cool and just whatever, I end up smashing. She didn't make, you know what I mean? Like, and to be honest with you, like she turned me off that entire date. Like she was eating and like the food. I'm being so serious. This is a real like the entire day I knew I wasn't gonna mess with her after that second day. She was
Yo, Canadian Bro TV is right. He said, I've had women dress up for me when I first met her. The second, she was a beautiful African woman. You're right. Women can create a vibe too. Especially when she's nice, when she's smiling, because you don't want to go on a date with some women. They stare at you like, they either stare at you like this, like they don't have this nice, sexy, feminine, kind, soft, feminine energy, right? If it's not that, she's gonna be looking on the side. You guys will sit like face to face, and then but she'll be you're talking, but the whole time she's looking around. It's like you came here with me. So for any time you sense that, you're like, you know what? Looks like you're not really interested in this. Let's close. Let's end the date.
eating and then like she would have like food like she had mac and cheese. And she had mac and cheese sauce on the side of her mouth, the corner of her mouth, while she's eating. Even when she was done, like it was still there.
Yo,
I'm making your point because
she knows right now.
Because he knows. Oh well, what up? But my point is, like, I was already turned off on the date, but I'm like, you know, I'm already here. I already spent money.
Invested.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from around the way, like Denzel said. I'm leaving with something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but my point is, after that first date, I didn't even know I was gonna hit, but I automatically knew, like, I'm not seeing this girl again. Like, I already knew.
Was that your intention?
So
What?
To hit?
yeah, it's always the man's intention, ladies.
There's
Yeah.
man's
But,
intention.
but you don't.
All guys want to have sex.
Yeah.
All
That's
that cheese and the
That's
on the
Yeah, nah, ladies, listen, real
She
quick.
didn't.
Listen,
I'm
real
just
quick.
cleaning her mouth, but like I didn't like that.
Yeah, lay down real quick. You don't understand. You don't even have to speak. You can be a mute on a date. You can be a mute. Listen, you don't have to speak. If you speak another language, he don't have to understand. You don't have to say a word.
You just have to have a
You
vagina.
don't have
Just
to
be
create
there.
any vibe. Think about it.
3 holes.
Most of the vibe comes with speaking and being charismatic. You don't have to do any of those things. And the man still will not turn down the opportunity of smashing. So what I'm saying, men create that vibe, and women, you fall into the vibe that men create. Let's get to super
Wait,
chat.
I have a question.
All right, man. Shout out to Cooley for the video. It's true, man. Most women just show up to the date. You know, they expect a man to do everything S to Z. You know, they just want to show up, look pretty. But I mean, I don't have an issue with a woman just showing up as long as she shows up with good energy. Like they expect you to even make the conversation, because it's like if I'm always asking you questions, can you ask me something? Can you, like, if I make a joke, like, can you have some sense of humor? You know, can you not just get offended just because I made a joke? Like, you know what I mean? It's very rare to, you know how it is rare for women to find a rich man who's loyal? It's the same way it's very rare to find a woman who's like feminine and good energy and she's smiling and you like her presence. Do you know what it means to be in a woman's presence? And you just feel good because of her energy. You feel that energy. It's very rare to find a woman like that. Very, very rare. Because and the moment you find a woman like that, you just tell. The reason why you can easily tell is because the women from your past are not like that. We're not like that. So you can tell the difference. Like when a woman has that nice, soft, feminine energy, even the way she speaks, like you just want to be around her all the time. So when a woman is asking, oh, my man doesn't want to be with me, she needs to look in the mirror and be like, do I have that kind of energy, that inviting energy? You know what I mean? Anyway, next, shout out to everybody who's watching the stream. everybody who's liking the video. I really appreciate you guys for being in here with me on this nice Tuesday evening. All right, next, let's go to Lapif. I haven't done Lapif in a while, so let's go. Actually, I don't know if Lapif is going to be on tonight. If they're going to be on tonight, I may join the panel because Lapif told me I was supposed to reach out to him on Instagram, but if they have a panel tonight, I'm going to be checking it out because they start around 10. I may join Lapif's panel. You guys want to see me join Lapif's panel? So that I can talk to the ladies over there. Put a one in the chat if you want to see me on Lapif's panel. So this video that we're talking about why women divorce men at 70%. All right, we have Evil 80 is like, okay, Evil 80, acumen of a yo, the acumen of a debonair, man. That name, what does that mean? That's a very unique name. Anthony says one. Okay, yeah, I may go there. I may go there. Either Friday. I don't know if they have I think they have a panel on Friday or tonight. Because I don't know. I know they have one tomorrow, but I can't do tomorrow. So hopefully they're on tonight. If they're on tonight, I'm definitely joining them. Anyway, let's go. Hope you guys are ready. Let's go.
And y'all understand where he's coming from?
Yeah. I've had plenty of situations where I've heard a man's story of their interpretation of what happened for certain events, and I understood. Say it again, Will. I'm sorry.
He's not talking like a woman.
And he's not talking like a woman. And he's not talking like a woman. I can still understand his perspective. Yes.
So you understand that these women out here be on some ain't business?
Yeah. There are some women that be on ain't shit business. Yeah. What you say, Will? You muted yourself. Some. Yeah, I'm going to say some. I'm going to say some because I won't say that all women are like that. No, I know women that aren't.
You got to see a whole lot of us trifling as hell. That's what you're trying to say.
There are some.
I think you look at Jamie's situation. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
he ready.
Right in the middle.
Hey, the dude will be so mad every time. Like every time I've seen him on the show, he's always upset. Like
my baby. Who hurt me?
Wait, is that my I hope that's not my internet. Let me do that one more time. That's crazy. I'm gonna replay it, guys. I don't know why it was skipping. My internet should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna replay it. I'm sorry, guys.
Is that typical where y'all can hear a man tell his story and y'all understand where he's coming from?
Yeah. I've had plenty of situations where I've heard a man's story of their interpretation of what happened for certain events, and I understood. Say it again, Will. I'm sorry.
He's not talking like a woman.
And he's not talking like a woman. And he's not talking like a woman. I can still understand his perspective. Yes.
So you understand that these women out here be on some ain't business?
Yeah. There are some women that be on ain't shit business. Yeah. What you say, Will? You muted yourself. Some. Yeah, I'm going to say some. I'm going to say some because I won't say that all women are like that. No, I know women that aren't.
You got to see a whole lot of us trifling as hell. That's what you're trying to say.
There are some.
I think you look at Jamie's situation.
Okay, that's not me. That's Lapif.
Sorry.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, guys. That's not me. That's Lapif's video. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Let me remove it real quick. Let me see if I can. Evil 80 says, Ray, goddamn buzzo. Wait, what did Evil 80? What is that? Ray, goddamn buzzona conquers out. Who's that? This one? What does she have out? I don't see nothing. Okay. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why the video is breaking. All right, should be fine now. Let's go.
Last time, but I noticed, excuse me, y'all lost my voice. I noticed you were so salty on the last time I saw you on here. I'm like, who hurt you?
You want to know? You want to know who hurt me?
Yeah.
Are you? Hold on. So if I tell you the name of the person, are you gonna do something?
I don't need that name. I want the backstory because you was so bitter and salty, and I wanted to know the backstory behind that.
Whoa. Bitter.
Well, see, I can't really get into this with you right now because my baby gonna keep screaming. I'm kind of on daddy duty, but so you say who hurt me. So if I give you the name, are you gonna go defend my honor?
I said I don't need the name. I just want the backstory.
Well, you didn't ask
Why?
the story. You said who.
That's why I'm clarifying what I meant by who. I don't need their name.
Also,
I just want
can
the
you
story.
can you rephrase the question then so I can understand what you're asking me?
What's the backstory behind why you come across so bitter and salty?
Can you tell me what I say that's bitter so I can understand
It's
how to
not
address what you're saying?
necessarily specific thing you said.
And I'm listening. Go ahead.
And I want you to not like pick it apart with the semantics because I saw you were doing that too. I just wanted to know, your energy gets bitter and salty, period. Like it ain't even a specific phrase.
That's what they tell every man who speaks up. They call him, they say, who
My
hurt you?
energy gives bitter? Explain. I hear what you're saying, but I don't understand what you're saying. So I want to respond to it, but I got to understand what you're asking me first.
Well, Will, I don't know. You seem like a mature man. I mean, with the thing about energy, it can't be explained with words. It's a feeling. So if you don't know what I'm saying, or you can't even put the mirror or the microscope up to yourself to see how you may come across like that, then it's really nothing. There's no words I can use to get this across to you because you're gonna say you don't understand.
You gotta defend your point, Mama. You can't just make accusations.
Well, can you use one of your counterparts and they can maybe help me understand what
No, I was just asking what's the backstory, or why do you think you may come across as bitter? If you're saying you have no clue, then we can let it go, Will. It's not a big deal.
I think,
Ladies,
I think Will,
Will
I think
do people
Will
agree?
comes across. No, I think Will is very direct, and he might come across as angry and bitter at times when he says certain things to you. But I think Will is very direct. He's very to the point. He's not for the BS, and so that could come across like it's given bitter, it's given angry black man, but I don't see Will like that. Like Will done came at my neck many a times. We didn't had a lot of conversations.
Yeah, he'll definitely come at your neck.
We didn't have a lot of conversations.
I never disrespected you, have I, Jamie?
I work,
Not
so
a
I
one.
understand human behavior. I know very well how to frame, how to name emotions.
But
it's not assertiveness that I'm picking up on. I use the exact word that I meant. If y'all
you use the exact words that you meant, but you can't articulate what you're asking.
Can't defend a point.
It's energy. Well, hold on, man. I mean, you say it's energy, right? Can you be reading energy wrong? Is that possible?
She can't defend a point because that's what some women do. When a man holds them accountable, if they don't call you sassy, gay, if they don't call you misogynistic, they're gonna say, who hurt you? And then it's like, okay, can you explain what you mean? And then she's just gonna be like, oh, that's how I feel.
I highly doubt it.
She's actually right, though. You do have an experience that gave you a bad taste in your mouth when dealing with women.
But most men have. And most women have.
With your ex-wife and why you would never get married again. Because the entire situation it was terrible with your ex-wife.
What are you talking about?
We talked about this a minute ago on Lil Peep's show. You talked about your ex-wife and how the person you're with now, you guys will never get married, but you do everything you're supposed to do for that woman. And the reason why you wouldn't go down that road again is because of the situation that you went through with your ex-wife. See, come on now, Will. I remember stories.
So tell me what the situation was. Hold on, what was the situation that you're speaking of? No, you're talking to me.
I know Trev had said something, but okay, go Will. Go Will. I don't know.
You're talking to me. What was the situation that you're speaking about that was so terrible?
The situation with your ex-wife, your divorce.
What was the situation?
Didn't you say like the whole situation of the divorce itself was terrible for you?
Man, my divorce
was
right? So smooth. I don't know what you're talking about.
Will, you fully went into this and why you would never get married again.
Into it, just Give me paraphrase. Give me something.
What a video is.
I can't remember
We're
all
trying to
of the
get it.
details, but
No,
I
not
remember
all of
some
them.
that.
Give me one detail.
What a
You just
video
said
is.
that the situation was bad, and the reason why you won't
Can
get
you
married
give-
again
listen,
now.
I'm sorry,
Listen,
man.
let me finish, Will.
No, but
Let
you're
me
not
finish.
articulating
really
a
trying to get it.
detail. You're just
my
trying
God.
to. You're just trying to.
Because I
I'm
don't
so
remember all
smart.
the
He's trying
details.
to sound smart. What is it? Where's the video at? So I'm gonna look at it myself. What's the
Yeah,
video?
I don't
Say I'm
know the
trying to
exact
sound
video.
smart.
This was a while ago, Dr. Lady. Oh, this
Hold
before
on,
you
Dr.
was
Lady,
on the
did you say
show.
I'm trying to sound smart?
Yeah.
Okay, help me understand something. If a person comes up here and makes a claim and they can't articulate their claim, I'm supposed to give them what they're looking for?
I
don't
mean,
know
I'm
what
just
you're talking about.
But you don't remember when you talked about your experience
Go
with
find
your
that
ex-wife. So
video.
you didn't have a bad experience with your ex-wife. That didn't
Man,
put a
I don't-
bad taste in your mouth.
everybody has bad experiences
True.
with everybody they're in a
Did
relationship.
Men and
you
women.
did it put a bad taste in your mouth to the point where you don't want to get married again?
I told you no. My marriage was not bad. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're making up shit.
was it the wrong?
I wish I could find the video.
I mean,
wish I could
anytime
find it.
something
It was
ended
from a
in
long
divorce,
time
I
ago,
would think
Dr.
you was the
Leo.
wrong person. This is
It was
the
the
point.
wrong
See, look
person.
at this. I'm just asking y'all to articulate yourselves.
They can't.
Y'all can't.
It's about
Y'all
feelings.
want
Articulate
me.
to the best of
Hold
my
on.
ability for you.
If I gave all this crazy descriptive perspective of how bad it was, you should be able to pull something from that to tell me what it was like.
Why you just
pull
can't
anything?
elaborate? Why won't you just elaborate, Will? Why you keep
How
asking?
could I elaborate when I don't know what they're talking about? If
All
I
I
told her,
pulled
listen,
from it is
listen,
that
if
it was
I
bad
said
You don't know,
something,
Ty. We making up. You making
if
up
I
stuff,
said
girl. He
something
don't
on the
know.
World Wide
He don't
Web, I
know.
have no problem saying it.
All I'm saying, Ray, is he did.
No,
talk
you're
about
probably
that.
hallucinating. He
asking-
doesn't. He doesn't
What I
remember.
was asking to
You're
be clear,
hallucinating.
you also think he's bitter and salty.
Because
No,
it's-
I don't necessarily.
that's what she thinks. And women do this all the time. Anytime a man speaks up or a man tries to hold them accountable, they think he's bitter. They think he hates women. It's like women that are the only ones allowed to speak about their bad experiences with men. When a woman gets heartbroken, when a woman gets cheated on, other women are like, oh, speak up, girl. You know, you're strong. You know, raise your voice. You know, use your voice. Like they like other women to advise other women what not to do. But when a man tries to advise men what type of women to avoid and what women do out here, or why the divorce rate is so high and what happens after divorce, they quickly say, who hurt you? Oh my God. It's like men are just trying to look out for other men. That's why they don't like him. That's all.
I feel like he's bitter and salty, but when I first from that show, I knew he had a place of hurt, and he explained it.
She thinks he's hurt,
and it made sense to me, right?
Oh, so you just
but
think he's
now,
traumatized.
since then, I understand he's a very direct person, and because of his experiences, now you know he might be in a great experience, which he has talked about. He's in a great experience; it works for them, but he did have a situation that didn't work, and it did put a bad taste in his mouth when it came to women specifically. That's all. I don't think he's bitter and hurt. I think he's human, just like everybody else. When you have a bad experience, sometimes those things can guide how you feel in the conversation and the tone of certain conversations when you're triggered by certain things.
So you're
not
saying he's not bitter, but you're describing a bitter person.
I'm saying that's the energy that Ray probably picked up on. That's all.
What you
you're
said,
describing
Trev,
a bitter
what you said.
person.
Right,
You're describing a bitter person. You're saying he's not bitter, but you're describing him as bitter and salty.
That's what she's doing.
And see, I don't see
traumatized.
that.
Ray,
I don't
what
see
Ray,
that
do
when
you
I
think
communicate
do you
with
think he's
Will.
Ray,
So
do you think
I
he's
don't know
bitter?
where that's coming from.
I already said that in the beginning.
Yeah,
so
she
I
was
mean,
clear.
She did. She
said
started off
bitter and salty.
right. So I'm not gonna keep. If he's saying he don't know where that's coming from, then maybe he's
Well, for the record, I've seen Will's situation up front. The man is doing very well. He's got a beautiful woman, beautiful family. If you saw it the way I saw it, you wouldn't even try to identify it. The bitter wouldn't even be in your vocabulary if you saw what I saw. Just for the record.
Okay.
So let me just address something real fast. Like this one dude that got a whole lot to say, I was defending Will. I don't know why anybody is talking about y'all would like Ty gave me all this love and support and we coming for Will. Nobody's coming for Will. Ray asked him a question. Ty was trying
Nah. They were coming for him. Because how can you ask someone a question? It was passive aggressive. Like, who hurt you? You must have been traumatized. Like, that's being passive aggressive. That's not a question. That's making assumptions and jumping to conclusions. That's all they were trying to do.
reiterate that question. And I particularly said, I've had a lot of interactions.
They came for Will.
They did.
They didn't come for me.
Jamie, you didn't. Jamie, you didn't.
Hey, watch this. Watch this.
No, because that's my bro. I love Will.
That's
hey,
you, but Ray ain't playing with Will tonight.
Me and Jamie have had multiple conversations. There've been some tough conversations. I gave her my perspective on some things. I gave her some advice. I've always told her she doesn't have to take my advice, do what she wants with the information. But I've never disrespected Jamie. I've listened to Jamie. I heard her story. I understand her story through and through. I tell her when I think she on BS, but at the same time, Jamie and I have a rapport where if I was rude and disrespectful and pompous with her, she wouldn't come back and have conversations with me. And this is spanning over a year now. So I'm confused how women come to these conclusions. That's why I asked this young lady. Hold on, baby. I asked this. Sorry, y'all. I asked this.
All right, I'm gonna play another video, but I just wanted to show you guys how when a man speaks up, holds women accountable, they call him hurt. Who hurt you? Trauma. Oh my God, this and that. But let's go to Anton Daniels real quick. And I'm being on my phone because I was trying to check to make sure that if Lapif goes live tonight, I can join them. All right, off to Anton Daniels. So don't touch the dial. Did you guys watch my live stream from last night when Anton Daniels and Jazz were going into it? If you didn't watch it, I'll post the video maybe tomorrow. But it was heated. It was bad. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, it was bad. I don't know if Jazz will go back to the panel, but no, just from watching Anton Daniels, I think he's cool. I think she will be, because I think it wasn't the first time Jazz and Anton Daniels are fought, and she's still back on the panel. So I think she'll be back.
Especially YouTube. It was fairly new, so it was a whole new wave, and it was kind of like the Wild Wild West. You didn't know really how to move, what to do, and all of that. And I think that the internet is still fairly new right now because it's still in its infancy in reality. As long as we've been on the internet, social media itself is still in its infancy. What I've learned personally is as much as possible, keep your family off the internet. As much as possible. Especially, I'm a small, especially compared to somebody like a Steph or something like that. I think LeBron does it the right way, and that, you know, he kind of limits the exposure of his girl. I don't know what that is, but I don't think that there's anything right that she can say that's not going to be criticized. And the problem with that is that I think that guys got a lot thicker skin. Some guys, not all guys, but guys have a lot thicker skin than women. And so in a way, you kind of got to protect that, because every single thing that you say when you are Steph Curry, which is an international star, is going to be scrutinized and criticized when it comes to the things that she says. And so a lot of times, I don't know who needs to be muted, but
yeah,
a lot of times I think that it's important to just kind of just remove that completely, because it's not going, I don't think anything good can come from it. Personally, I don't think that unfortunately for her, she wants visibility. It's not that I think that she's saying anything wrong per se today, but I think that the problem is that she don't want to live in his shadow. She wants her own identity. She wants her own visibility, and that just don't work well. It don't even work well for celebrity children. Like Michael Jordan's son, like the minute that he step out, they're like, oh, look at this motherfucker again doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that is attached to a super duper star, it's almost like, for them. Yeah, I think that a lot of times people just be questioning it, like, what is you doing? Like, what is you trying to do? Because it's not going to necessarily translate into anything positive. Because it seemed like, you know, you just not content with your situation. You're not content with being a winner. You just got to do some shit. And it almost seems like it's a competition with the husband. You know what I'm saying? So
do you
I
think
don't
that
understand it. I don't get it. I've never seen it work out. I don't see husband-wife tandems to where like she trying to be just as significant as he is, or she trying to have some visibility. The only other time that I done seen some shit like that is maybe Jada and Will, and we seen how that shit worked out.
That was a disaster.
But when women just kind of play the background, when the husband is a super duper megastar, then it kind of work out. But the minute that they start opening up their mouths and stuff, and you know they got to start being visible, it seems like that shit just go downhill from there.
do you think it's wrong for a woman to like want to like have something on of her own, like have her own sense of self? Or do you think like if you are married to an affluent figure or a famous person or what have you, that you should just live, breathe, and die for them? Don't do anything that you desire. Don't speak about the things that you want. Everything you should do just should be for their praise. You think that's the best way to do it?
I don't know.
Steph Curry is worth $200 million. Like, women pray to God to get a rich man who pays all the bills. So what more does Steph Curry's wife want? What more does Aisha Curry want? Like, seriously, let's be honest.
Understand why a woman's fulfillment has to come publicly is what I'm asking. Why does the fulfillment have to come with validation from people on the internet?
People who don't even know her.
I'm not
saying. Like, it's plenty of things that people could do every single day. It's a million things that you can choose to fulfill you and have purpose with. Why does the validation have to come from other people?
Facts.
Well, I don't know if it's, I think we're talking about two different things. I was just more so asking, like, because you said when you are dealing with people that are a mega star, you should just play in the background, whether that is on social media or, you know, in public or in private. Even if it's in private, do you think that woman should just always play in the background, never pursue anything on her own, live
I
and
don't
die
think
for
it's
her
wrong.
husband?
I don't think that anything that you, because I mean, it's not like they're doing nothing illegal, right? I don't think it's wrong. Is it best? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the
Maybe
question.
what's best for some people may be different for others, you know?
Well, then why he jumping in people's comments trying to defend her?
Yeah,
Because I think maybe, because he probably did that because he probably is like, y'all don't really know anything. We good over here. Because honestly, what we all are doing right now is speculation. We don't really know why
But
she
that's
feels.
what comes with being a
Yeah,
mega
sure.
star
So that's
entertainer,
probably
right?
why he stepped in, because it's like, y'all don't really know. And I think he was saying it like, I'm good with her expressing herself because we probably had these conversations in private. So it's okay.
But he's not really good because apparently he don't understand that it comes with good and bad. That you're gonna have half of the internet hate you, you're gonna have half of the internet love you. And so what you gonna do? Fight everybody?
And his wife though.
Yeah, but if she didn't have to go in the streets and on social media trying to be a star like the husband, Steph Curry is, he wouldn't have to defend her. You get what I'm saying? Like, if she wasn't doing podcasts and talking about, oh my God, I need some attention, just like my husband gets so much attention, I need some attention too, then he wouldn't have to go defend her. The only reason he's in the comments defending her is because she's out here talking crazy, like as if she's not a married woman. Like, she has a man that every other woman would want. But it's never enough, man. It's never enough for ladies. It's crazy.
So what, in the comments, what are you gonna do?
Exactly what he did.
But
and all nobody, and you know what he did?
And that TikToker that said that, he came out with an apology video, and Killer Mike deleted his tweet. So
But
that's
we
my
still
thing.
talking. But we still talking about it right now. There's plenty of people that's still having a conversation about it right now. All he did was create even more narrative about it, and when we do stuff, you gotta really count the cost. If you decide that you're gonna be famous, Guess what, nigga? You're never going to the grocery store no more, and you don't have
Facts.
enough rights.
It comes
Like,
with the territory.
if a woman decide that she want to get with a guy that's super visible, guess what? Now you don't get to live the same life as everybody else. You can get this side of it, but you don't get that side of it. And so I don't think that she or they, and that's evident from her interviews, that she really counted the costs. And she think that she can still do the same thing that other women can do, but you not, because you Steph's wife, and that's it. And you always gonna be known as Steph's wife. I don't care if you do a cooking show. I don't care if you do interviews. You Steph's wife. That's it.
How do we know that they didn't have an ulterior motive and they planned this and they're just putting it on the internet to get clicks, views, and likes and have us talk about it?
Because Steph Curry has never been the type of guy who wants clicks and views. He's focused on his basketball, while the wife is out here in these social media streets trying to get some attention. She even said it, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, that, oh, she needs some attention from men because Steph Curry gets all the attention. Those were her words. So the reason he's out here defending her is because she's always on social media talking crazy. He has never said anything bad about her, but she's always in the social media talking crazy. Like, it's crazy to have such a man, a mega star, has never cheated, has never done nothing crazy, just does his basketball, makes money for the family, but the wife is not appreciative of him. It's crazy. So this tells me, I mean, I'm just saying, this tells me once he's done with basketball, she may leave him, because she knows, I mean, she will get like $100 million from him. So I wouldn't be surprised.
You want to respond to Killer Mike like that?
I don't really care what their motive is.
was
I
just
just care
defending
about
his
what
wife, though.
I care about what I think. And from
look.
my perspective, I think that it's very difficult for women to accept the fact that they're the wife and they always gonna be known as the wife.
These days, yeah.
Michelle Obama, I think, is having the same problem. She is very much trying to step out of the shadows of her husband.
Yeah.
But how do we
create her own legacy that is separate in addition to him? And I think that people are not accepting it the way that she wants to. And so she got this whack ass podcast with her big head brother.
But my point is, how do we know that that's not what they're pivoting to? How do we not know that, okay, Barack Obama is no longer the president, so he tells Michelle, go ahead and make a podcast and make it drama-filled and gain the audience attention and say whatever you feel is necessary, and here we are reacting to it as if it's factual. This is the internet.
And how does that actually add to their legacy?
That is crazy because
it adds to their financial value. How many content creators are thinking about legacy opposed to financial compensation?
A podcast adds to their financial. This nigga is narrating. No, he narrate National Geographic on fucking Netflix, bro, for tens of millions of dollars.
But so podcasts don't bring in money. Podcasts don't bring in money.
How much money do you think podcasts bring in? They don't bring in a lot of money at all. This is a
podcast. I'm pretty sure Anton.
Hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
It's levels to this. Michelle Obama should not be doing the same thing that I'm doing. And then I'm beating her.
Why not?
I'm beating her week after week, month after month in views.
Y'all in competition?
It's a game.
No, but I do 70 million views a month on one channel.
Okay, I understand that. What's your point to that?
Not be having a goddamn podcast. It's almost like
you're moving the goalpost. That wasn't my point. My point is that they could be doing this to.
This guy and Jazz should become best friends. I'm telling you, this guy in the corner with Jazz, they would make a good tag team on panels to attack people who don't like their views. I'm just saying, to be a good idea.
Generating audience.
For whatever reason,
everybody is not a bot.
Wait. For whatever reason,
what does that mean? What do you mean everybody's not a bot?
You think that for whatever reason you think that I'm arguing back and forth with you. You have your point, and then I have my point.
Valid.
I got my opinion based off of my lived experiences, especially as a content creator and a person that has a little bit of visibility. Your talking points is usually, well, what if? Well, what if they were doing it? I don't speak on what ifs. I just speak on my lived experiences.
You're speaking on your opinion just like I am. How are you disvalidating my opinion and saying I'm saying what if and I'm saying what I think? You're saying the same thing.
How did I devalue your opinion?
Because you said you're saying what if, and I'm saying
You see why Jazz is smiling? Because he's doing exactly what Jazz usually does. They should be best friends.
I think. What are you want? Do you want to debate?
He's gonna argue with every man. I'm telling you.
I don't want to debate, but if we're here, are we not here to have a discussion? Are we not here to have a discussion?
I'm gonna let you rock, but I just want to get because I'm slow, so I want to get a better understanding. Anybody on here, did I value? No, and I'm curious. Even if you don't agree with me, even if you don't like me, did I devalue his opinion in this conversation?
Stop being sassy to him, Antoine.
No, honestly, because
let someone answer. Shut up and let someone answer.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you rock. You're gonna have the floor. I'm genuinely curious. Did I devalue his opinion?
Yes.
He's in his feelings.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking everybody else.
He's in his feelings. You did not.
Other than you, other than the only gentleman on the panel that don't.
Why do you not? Why can't you hold off for like 15 seconds?
This guy. Jazz, I told you.
I said I'm gonna give you the floor. You know what? You know what? Don't worry about it. You got the floor. All right, what do you think?
I will say homophobic.
Hold on, I got you, Carmen. You got next. Go ahead, dog. Give us your
what
thoughts.
he's gonna say.
So my opinion on this topic is that you cannot say that she is being disrespectful to Steph because we don't have inside information to determine that. Is all I'm saying. We're all making speculations and stating, oh, this is what I think. This is basically what you said is you're saying the what ifs, and I'm saying what I think. I said you disvalued my opinion because you're making it seem like we're not saying the same thing. You're stating your opinion, I'm stating mine. My opinion is that we don't know whether or not Steph felt that this was disrespectful. And here we are all talking about it's disrespectful. My only point.
We do have enough information because it wasn't the first time that Aisha Curry has come out on social media saying things that a wife shouldn't be saying. She has literally talked about how she wants attention from random men. Oh, I wish men could hit on me the way women hit on my husband. Like, what type of wife says that? Matter of fact, what type of wife wants attention from men, the same men who are literally fans of her husband? You see what I mean? Like, that doesn't make like, which type of wife says that? So we have enough information to know that what Aisha Curry is doing in the media is not something that should be a representation of a married woman. So I don't know where I'm going to start calling this guy Jazz best friend.
She disrespected him. She said she wanted attention from other men in her Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
That was from years ago. This is a new topic. So that was already disrespectful at first. The first thing she did. Now we're talking about the second thing. Like, it's a fact that she said that. And I find that highly disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
Exactly. The key point in the statement you made was you.
What?
You find it disrespectful.
I think that's disrespectful. If you're dating someone and they say, "Oh, I want other men or other women in my DMs,"
yeah, that's
you don't find that
disrespectful.
disrespectful if your girl said that?
Yes, I would. But my point is that we
Okay.
can't
What the
answer
fuck are we
for
talking
what
about?
Steph feels, and that's the point.
Well, I think what we're saying is they're saying a woman can work. That's fine. It's just she can't try to outshine or disrespect her husband because her husband and her desires and values have to align.
Sean is basically saying that we don't know what Steph Curry thinks is disrespectful, so we really can't speak on him because we don't know him.
That's the crazy part, because all we're saying is that it's just disrespectful. Nobody said that Steph Curry said it
was disrespectful. That wasn't even my point.
No, but that's what people are
told
saying.
Jazz that I don't think that she's doing anything wrong per se. I said that she just has to count the cost of what really is, if it's best, because of who she's married to.
Yeah.
Everybody can't play the same game because everybody is not in the same position and everybody is going to take it differently. And really, the thing that we really have to be mindful of, especially when you're married to somebody, is how it affects the other person. And so you don't know how it affects his money, you don't know how it affects
his reputation.
Obviously, it's affecting him in some type of way because he responded to other people. He didn't just respond to Killer Mike. He responded to a nobody.
Fact.
Yeah.
He responded to a nobody in the comments. He said, yo, I be seeing the comments and usually I let it rock, but Killer Mike, you different, which means that he be reading comments.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I know for sure, and two things is for certain, is all of these motherfuckers be reading comments. They look up themselves. They see what people talking about, saying about them. They be affected by it, all of that stuff. And so what I'm
human
saying
too.
is, it's not that she's saying something that's necessarily right or wrong, but how is it affecting him and how is it affecting their brand?
Yeah, because he's a big star. It's Steph Curry. So whatever she does, it represents the husband. Whatever Aisha Curry says, good or bad, it goes back to Steph Curry. Because without Steph Curry, we don't know who Aisha Curry is. I mean, she's a okay-looking woman, but without Steph Curry, we don't know who she is. Because he's the star. He's the one the world knows. The reason we know her is through him. Right? So if she's going to come out here saying crazy shit about the husband, we're going to talk about it. We're going to judge. We're going to, give our opinions. And the opinion is she's disrespectful to the husband. Obviously, because Steph Curry wants to show that he cares for the wife, he's going to come on and defend him and defend the wife. But when they're back there, clearly, she has done it more than one time. So clearly, he's not doing something right if she keeps coming back to the internet and talking crazy about the husband.
And the last thing I want to sit up here and be doing is putting my husband in a position where he has to step down, step from up here to go down here and look down at something that I'm causing. You could be going making us some money. You could be going to make some money. I don't have time to be putting our household in a position where you just have to step off your pedestal. That's just not my thing.
But that's the crazy part about it, Lex. The man is already making money and it's still an issue. Like she still has
it's not enough.
internal issues going on with her that she just needs to vent about and do all this stuff with. They have enough money to get a therapist, to get whatever they need to even, suffice whatever desire it is. But it's like, it's still something for her to talk about.
It's passive aggressive behavior. So if I can't get through you, I'm gonna get through the internet. If I'm gonna have this Jezebel like spirit. So if I can't get through him, then let me just shout it out to the public so they can get to him.
He wants attention. She is crying out for attention like crazy.
See, for a dude that's not married is the concept of how married. It's the concept of how married people should act. We don't embarrass each other in public. We don't put our business out there. We're not talking about it personally. And what Jazz said earlier, I want to respond to this. Nothing wrong with her wanting to have her own thing. It's just how you go about it. How many actors? I know a bunch. How many rappers we know that they didn't make it? The reason we know who she is
because of Steph Curry.
So there's some kind of gratitude you should have that we should know. You know how many songs I got? You know what I mean? I could go on and on. Just because you have a gift for something or you feel you have a talent for something doesn't mean you're going to make it. You get what I'm saying? He's the breadwinner. And the reality is, as a man, Steph knows, we all looking at him like this. You know what I'm saying?
One eye.
Like, come on, dog. So is their whole marriage, the world's looking at them a funny way because of the things she's sharing, and it's unnecessary. Her lane, she needs to find a lane that's not going to disrespect her man or disrespect her marriage. You know what I'm saying? And she can still be successful. There's nothing wrong with her doing her thing that's separate from Steph. And Steph has been supporting everything, the restaurant, the cooking show, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So she tried that. It's not working. So maybe it's just not your thing.
Her restaurant closed? Are her businesses not working?
It's still open out there, but Steph is funding it. You know what I'm saying? And like we all talking about, she's in Steph, but that's the point. It's not blowing up like she wanted because they try to go to other destinations, right? And they had to close those down. In the Bay Area, yes, it's popping.
Well, restaurants are pretty hard to sustain, long term, especially when you want to like franchise out. But
would she be her restaurant be a thing at all if it wasn't for Steph?
Well, I think that's the thing, right? Because like a lot of people are saying, like, you're gonna always be Steph Curry's wife. You're Steph Curry's wife. When you're always being referred to
she is.
When people are always referring to
Oh
you
my
in
God.
attachment to someone else, that can be kind of bothersome.
Then
It's like, damn.
then don't get married to a superstar. Oh my God. Imagine me today. I get married to Oprah. And then I'm complaining because they're calling me Oprah's husband. Yeah, duh, nobody knows me. They know Oprah. Like, it's like, why do women? So this is true what they say. Women want the wedding, but they don't want to be a wife. Being a wife means you're probably going to be in your husband's shadow. And especially if your husband is a megastar like Steph Curry.
Can I be Aisha? Can I have my own identity?
You
So all I'm
can't,
saying is,
because you're
I hear
married.
your
Oh my
perspective,
God.
but I think that it's okay if they think it's okay, which I think they do, because obviously she keeps showing up on these podcasts, you know, having these conversations out loud. I think it's okay to share that human experience, because there may be other women out here that feel lost in their marriages because they have lived and done everything for their husband.
Right,
but that's what being
That's what
married
married is.
So we need to deep dive on what it means to be a husband and what it means to be a wife.
Exactly.
When we talk about leadership,
Shouldn't both partners just support each other?
He supports
That's
her.
crazy.
Runs a business.
And the wordplay matters. You know how many men internally get offended?
Wait, so
with
in a
that word
marriage,
partner?
a husband doesn't support a wife doesn't support the husband?
In a marriage, you're not in a marriage, you're not partners.
Yeah, it's a marriage.
Okay, y'all don't like the word partners. Okay,
It's not
so
what we like.
we're
Words
married.
mean
Do we not support each other?
He supports her business, her restaurant.
I think it's more about alignment.
Say it again, babe.
It's more about alignment, aligning yourself with your husband's desires, because that fulfills you. She doesn't seem, I think what she's portraying online makes her seem unfulfilled. And that's the issue. It's the perception.
And that's my argument, Ty, because it's like
I'm always mad at
everything into her marriage. I hear what y'all saying. She dropped everything for him, which is what she didn't say.
I think that
I'll say that she did.
In
She
order
sat
for
down,
most,
she became the wife, she had the babies, she stayed in the background. Is it okay now that she has done those things? Is it okay for her to say, you know what? Can I have something on my own, or is that just so wrong to do because?
Well, a lot of women.
It's wrong because she talks too much and she says the worst things about the husband in social media. That's all we're saying. She can do whatever she wants to do in the background. She doesn't have to come to social media, and every time they ask her about the husband, she says the worst things about the husband. Okay, not the worst things, but things that don't paint a good picture about the husband.
That lifestyle, but they don't want to do what comes with it. When you're dating someone like Steph Curry, you have to conduct yourself a certain way.
Fact.
Is she not?
She's not.
No.
But she doesn't have to put a black.
So she's on a podcast. She's not conducting herself.
She don't have to put a black out.
She can go on a podcast. It's the word she's saying. It's the word she's using.
Listen, bro. This is my personal.
Maybe not go on a podcast then, because
in my personal opinion, if you are a guy and you ain't even necessarily got to be famous, but if you are a guy that got any kind of motion, get you a chick that want to play the background and is not trying to be famous. Just
not trying to compete with your fans.
Like in my opinion, you need a Robin. You don't need another Batman. Like you don't need two Batmans. You don't need two Jordans. You need a Jordan and a Pippen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody that from a marriage perspective. You don't need two CEOs, bro. You're gonna have to have somebody that play the background and do the books. And so I don't think that most situations, not saying that it can't work, I don't think that most situations work when everybody trying to be visible. I think that somebody.
What do you think about? How do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce work so well?
Beyonce is literally very quiet ever since she got married. She pops babies out, makes a song, goes on tour, and she stays quiet. She's not on social media calling Jay-Z out. Even when she got cheated on, she stayed quiet. It was the sister fighting for her. But Aisha carries in the media every 3 to 4 business days. What is Jazz talking about?
The worst example.
Well, hold on, wait. I said I don't think that in most situations that it works well.
No.
I'm not saying that it can't work. I'm saying that I don't believe that it's ideal.
What do you have to quantify that though?
Oh my God.
Name me somebody outside of Jay-Z and Beyonce that it works for.
You said what?
Name me somebody outside of Jay-Z and Beyonce that it works for.
Where
well, both of them are co-headliners.
Co-headliners. Viola Davis and her husband, they're both actors.
What's her husband's
I don't
name?
even know who her husband is, to be honest.
What's her husband's name?
I can't think of his name.
Bingo.
But he's famous. But I just don't. A person that knows. I know. I can spot him out, but I'm just not good.
Jazz, take the L.
I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah, she's married.
She's married. Denzel. Well, no, Denzel Washington his wife. They're not like that, but I feel like
you're proving the point. We don't even know his name.
I don't
like
think
it's. I don't think
it's because he's not up there.
Situations where you have somebody that is super successful, and as a matter of fact, I can name you way more situations where it didn't work than it did. You can look at the Ben Afflecks and the J-Los, and you can look at all of those type of people.
I just think J-Lo.
I'm just saying that more visibility don't necessarily work. It don't
work. What about what's his name?
Yeah, until we go back to women knowing exactly what marriage is, but anytime they want a rich man, they want a man who's a leader, they want a man who's a provider, they want a man who's a protector, and then they get into the marriage and then they're trying to compete with a man. Why would you compete with a man who's doing everything that you said you wanted? Because Aisha Curry literally said she never wanted to be married, meaning Steph Curry is the one who forced her to get married or something like that. You know how crazy that sounds? To talk about a mega star that I didn't want to get married, that wasn't the plan, to make it seem like he forced her to get married. I'm telling you, like the moment Steph Curry, retires from basketball, because usually for some reason athletes, once they retire from their football, from their basketball, within 5 years they get divorced. Maybe because they're spending too much time with each other, whatever the reason. So for me, 5 years after he retires, I don't know, she may leave him. Because remember, the moment she decides to leave him, she's taking $100 million, because I think he's worth what, $200 or $300 million. She's collecting $100 million. So for me, chances are she might decide to collect $100 million. But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels. Shout out to Jazz, even if I disagree with Jazz, because I saw Mariam said, sounds like you're finally getting mad at Jazz's rhetoric. I even told Jazz to her face, I disagree with her 99.9%. Like, she knows I told her I disagree with her. Now, obviously, I get, mad sometimes or get worked up, but, Jazz is going to do that to you. You know what I mean? The argument says after 5 years of retirement, 65% of athletes go bankrupt and 80% get divorced. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Aisha Curry actually divorces him. But let's do another Lapif. I don't know if I have enough time. Matter of fact, I'll just, I know what to do. Never mind. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll do that. Remove. All right, here we go.
I'm talking about what you said because I'm actually versed and I didn't interrupt you. Brother.
Having a conversation about women's bodies. You've been sitting here since talking about women's autonomy, which has everything to do with men.
Ask me about women's
autonomy.
Somebody was talking. Somebody was talking.
Time out. Steve, time out. No, this has to be addressed. This has to be addressed. You want to sit here and say that men shouldn't have the right to talk about women's bodies and what women is doing.
Can you name all the parts of a vagina?
Meanwhile,
can you name all the parts inside of a woman's ass?
Well, it's not that many things in a uterus.
Can I
mean,
please
it's
be able to finish a
Name
thought?
It's
Can
a
I
uterus.
please be able to finish a thought?
You got a uterus, you got ovaries, you have my bad, anger man. She was challenging my anatomical knowledge.
They got labia.
This is the reason. This is the reason why men in this day and age are so frustrated with women.
Facts.
You don't want us to talk about your body, but you get to talk about what men's responsibilities are. You get to talk about the patriarchy that men built. You get to talk about everything we did. Not only talk about it, but vilify it, demonize it, call it toxic, call it evil, all of that shit. You get to do all of that, but we can't talk about a woman's body.
You can talk about it, but you should not have a right to control a law.
You don't have a fucking right to talk about what men created. You don't have a right.
No, you don't. Men don't have a right to create laws against women's bodies. It's not
every right. ISO. That's not fair. 50% of women on the United States are against abortion. And you know what is fucked up about this conversation, Jess? Jess. This is why I actually wanted to make sure you answered the question. All of this is dog whistles about abortion. All of it. From the beginning to the end. The only thing that you're mentioning that is actually something that you might have to talk about it is the Roe v. Wade shit. It's the only thing. There's nothing that you can talk about woman autonomy that the woman can do.
And that's for some states. That's not all states.
Yes, I wasn't finished. A woman can get the train run on her, having 10 babies, be on Section 8, having more babies. If she doesn't want to tie her tubes, she doesn't have to. If she doesn't want to do nothing against their will, she doesn't have to. There's nothing. You are lying. That's a lie. It's about abortion. No, it's about abortion. And this is what I'm talking about.
They're also trying to ban.
This is no, AJ, this is the most ridiculous shit ever. You are comparing, right? I'll repeat it again so you can see the ridiculous of this. The patriarchy is pushing men to the brink to the point where they don't want to make families anymore because they can afford it. They are deleting themselves. They're becoming homeless. They're going to war. They are the most mentally ill, the most alcoholics, the most of that. And the only thing you have to counterpoint that shit is, but what about my abortion? It's the only thing. How can you compare that shit with actually what we're talking about, the effects of patriarchy on men? What is the autonomy that you don't have? Jess, right now you. No, Jess, stop. Right now you. If you don't answer the question, we're going to move along and I'll let the fellas go. Jess, you said to Angry Men and to Mr. Fantastic, don't talk about shit that you haven't gone through. You don't have a vagina. So we're going to talk about Jess. Right now, Jess, what is the right that you don't have over your body right now, or that the patriarchy makes you oppressed?
Nothing.
What is this?
She's going to mention abortion.
It's the fact that there are men trying to change laws in regards to women's rights at all.
Trying to change.
Yeah, but women are voting for those same rights. For whatever laws that you're talking about, women vote for those laws. It's not just men making up those laws. Women vote for those things. Like when you go to the ballot in your local elections, there are different things that state wants to put in place, and people can vote on them, whether it's weed, whether it's abortion and things like that. That's why even if the Supreme Court said, if in fact the Supreme Court didn't say, no abortion, the Supreme Court said, go back to your states, the states can decide. And people get to vote in those states. And guess what? Some women are pro-life and they vote against abortion. Why doesn't Jazz talk about the women that don't like abortion? She's always talking about men hate abortion. No, women vote too.
Men should have no bearing on that. Why? You should be supportive of what we need to do. Nothing, just because there are certain people, I get it. I'm not
I'm not for abortion. I'm for minding your business. If I'm a person that is against abortion, right? And I say, I think that it's murder. I don't think that you should do it. That's my business. If another person, and this is just the one thing we're talking about. My point is this: your beliefs have no bearing on other people.
That's a lie.
Stop.
That is a
Stop.
fucking lie.
You have no bearing over my life, Mr. Fantastic, at all whatsoever.
I bet you I do.
He actually does. The same way jazz has a bearing on my life. A man also has a bearing in a woman's life. You know how? Through voting, right? So if Jazz votes for somebody she likes and I don't like them, that person can pass laws that I don't like, that they're not in my favor. So the same way a man can vote for someone who will pass laws that are not in Jazz's favor. So unfortunately, we all have a bearing on each other's life through voting, through putting people in power who are going to make certain policies that are going to affect us. That's like, I mean, 6th grade, 7th grade logic.
I bet you I
just prove you right.
The same way,
no.
It's the same for you to me. It's the same thing. It's reciprocal. It's the point we're trying to make. Women have fucking.
Okay, do you know that they're trying to drop the age of consent?
You keep saying trying to.
To the age of 14.
You keep saying trying to.
What does that mean? Hey, Fantastic. Don't get there. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Can we have an intentional conversation? No matter how low they drop that.
Why do y'all need to control what women choose to do with their bodies?
Can you please stop? Can you please stop?
Why do men need to control what women do with their bodies?
I don't know, for the same reason that you're trying to tell us how to fucking talk and what to do. Yo, hold on for a second. This is what's so ridiculous about this. She's having an entire conversation about men controlling women, but she's trying to control men.
Yeah,
nobody.
They tell men what to do. You know, I've never heard a man use the term, maybe I have, but you know the term a real man will do A, B, C, D? Do you know who usually says a real man will do this and that? Do you know who usually say that? Yeah, you guessed it. Women. Do you know what they never say? They never say what a real woman does, but they have all these things of what a real man does. Isn't that funny? They always know what a real man will do, how much a real man will protect and provide and open the door and buy flowers. That's telling men what to do. But as soon as a man says, a real woman will cook for me. Oh no, you can't tell women what to do. A man says a woman should dress well. Oh no, you can't tell women what to do. The double standards. So when a man says something that doesn't benefit them, now they scream you're controlling. But when they say a man should provide and pay for my debts, oh now I just know my standards. I just have my standards for me.
Nobody talk.
No man should have any bearing on what I do with my body. And you got these people making laws. Making laws about contraception, making laws about IVF, all these information about what women are doing with their bodies. That's not okay.
And it's not exclusively the men. There are women out there.
Hey, Jazz, let's do this. We're going to do a deal. No, hey, Jazz, let's do a deal. 2025, October, you are going to mention something that is in place. For example, Patty is fat, right? I'm trying to be slim. I went to the pool this week. I'm going to start to go to the gym on the regular. Me trying to be slim doesn't change the fact that I'm fat. So I will talk as fatty right now. I'm not talking about what I'm trying to do, because until I actually do it, I'm still me. I'm still fatty. So now that we are situated ourselves in the present, 29th, because already 2 a.m., you are going to tell me something that is happening, please, right now. Not trying, right about.
She's gonna
nothing.
See?
Nothing.
Nothing. She's being passive aggressive.
You don't want to look at the facts. They're trying to control.
Ridiculous notion.
Wait, no, let's slow down because y'all are being abused for a reason. And you gotta know. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Contraception and reproductive autonomy. Contraception and reproductive autonomy has been under attack in certain states. Some states do not have legal protections for access to contraception. That means if laws shift, access could be limited or restricted in these places. Misinformation, policy proposals, or court decisions that might restrict what kinds of contraceptions are allowed or how they are accessed are also a concern. Why is this even a concern when women are the ones who have to deal with these bodily changes?
Okay, guess what? Guess who? Guess the part of the population that votes for those laws. I don't know why she seems to forget that, because all she's caring about are the men who vote for those laws. But the last time I checked, women vote more than men do, and most importantly, black women vote more than men. I think even white women vote more than white men. So guess what? If there's a law that's on the ballot, right, it has to be voted on. Let's say there's a law against contraception. Women vote, men vote. There's a huge section of women that vote for those laws. So before Jazz tells men, oh, men are trying to control our bodies, the fact that she can't even mention, because the way she's coming for these guys is not the same way she comes for the women who vote for those laws. She's making it seem like every woman is not pro-life. Oh no, every woman doesn't like abortion. There's a huge majority. I would even say majority of women don't like abortion, and they'll probably, well, I don't know about black women, but women in general, they are pro-life. So I'm going to tell you something. This is my opinion. I believe if you see a law that women think they don't like, there's a huge percentage of women who voted for that law.
Ones that have to deal with
Yes, I already asked you. Yes, I already asked you to not do that. If you take the man, can you stop talking? If you take the man out of the equation, abortion laws between women are 50-50.
Yes.
See, even between men and women. Listen to what I'm saying, please. If you remove every man from the conversation, women don't agree with each other. They will fight for you to not actually have baby deletion. So stop saying that is about men. This is a 50-50 issue, both on men and woman side. This is not men trying to control women. Half of the women don't believe in abortions.
There are a lot of women that vote against their own self-interest, Daddy. That doesn't make it right.
So if you know that a lot of women vote against their self-interest, attack the women as well, the way you're attacking men. Because you attacking men like that, like this, doesn't mean that the vote is going to change. If all men don't vote on abortion, but the majority of women vote against abortion, guess what? The law is going to be passed. So until you can convince the majority of women not to vote against things you want, it's never going to change. But anyway, I wanted to review that. Mariam says Jazz needs to go lobby she needs to go to the executive branch, whatever state she's in, because women are so focused on telling men how they should vote. You know, the same way women were so focused on telling men you should vote for Kamala, Guess what? Majority of women voted for Donald Trump. They were so focused on trying to convince men to vote for Kamala instead of first of all, convince the woman next to you, your best friend, the one you go to brunch with, she voted for Trump. So before you convince men what to vote for, think about your bestie. Your bestie is not really your bestie. You know what I mean? For me, that would be my advice to women. Convince the woman first next to you. Because for some reason, women assume they all think the same. Just because they can be laughing and lovey-dovey and going to brunch together and shopping together and, being on the phone and doing all that shit together, they assume they all want the same thing. But when it comes to the ballot, when no one is watching, they vote for totally different things. So this is advice to Jazz and all women who are concerned with how men vote and what type of laws men make. You need to convince your sisters to vote for something different. All right, got one more video. Just give me 1 second. Let's go to What video should I give you guys? All right. Let's get to. I think I did. Did I do this, Lapif? No, I don't think I did. All right.
People are going to react based on their feelings, on how they.
Okay, right here, I think. Give me 1 second. All right, this should be good. All right, let's do one more, and then I'll bid you guys a good night. All right. Rikai Media says women are more likely to be involved in protest facts, and surveys show that women are more likely to support abortion rights than men. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if there's a law against abortion, a law against abortion or for abortion, women vote too. So when women are more concerned about how men are voting, there's a huge section of women who are voting against it, and they never talk. The women who are pro-life, they never speak out. The women who hate abortion, they never speak out. You know why? Because they know women like Jazz will come for them. So you know what they do? They stay quiet and vote in secrecy without letting women like Jazz know what they're voting for. All right, let's go.
I really just don't have the capacity to continue to defend my point anymore. I'm shut down, and every time I speak, it's coming from a new age perspective, and it's coming from a social work perspective, which a lot of times within like any marginalized community is not received well. And I just don't have it in me to continue to defend tonight. Like I just don't. I want to enjoy a conversation and it just be that, without having to, just advocate for the fact that I should even have a voice.
Well, we want to hear your voice.
Lastly, like this entire conversation has gone on for about 15 minutes, and I've heard lots of things said about the younger generation, but the younger generation's opinion is not being asked when we're in here. And I mean, honestly, like that's just really that. I don't really have much else to say. Like we have a lot of experience outside of wedlock that comes from true ignorance. We didn't have, like, I don't think you understand that a lot of our parents didn't get married until we were teenagers. We were grown. We were, past the age of understanding truly what healthy looks like because we had already been traumatized. And so all of it was triggering. And there are so many of us that have gone through a lot of things that are not considered. And you can sit here and say, yes, it is my problem. It's not your problem. I'm not ever trying to project that onto you. But my experience exists and it matters. And it should be acknowledged in conversations like this, because like, if we're going to talk about it, why not have it from the perspective of the people who have experienced it, without the judgment, without the criticizing.
She's playing victim right now.
I can't continue to be in spaces where every time I open my mouth, it's, oh, well, you're doing this, and this wrong, and this is how you are, and this must be this. No, that's I
victim
said one
alert.
thing.
Victim
I
alert.
said one thing and I said it generally, and take it or leave it. I am 27 years old. I don't expect you or necessarily want you to think the way that I think. I think the way I think because of my experience, because of what I've been through, because of the traumas that I've experienced, because of the things that I don't allow myself to engage in, because of the way that I protect myself and the boundaries that I set with myself, with other people, and the boundaries that I don't allow people to cross with me.
Victim alert.
That's my
oh my
life.
God.
But to sit here and have these kinds of conversations about the younger generation and have us in the space and not acknowledge our existence in the conversation, it's just unfair.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Sierra? Which part do you think that we misunderstood you? Like,
yeah, me. She's all about me. Now
Or didn't let you, didn't take your perspective on.
Right.
This is something women do a lot. Like if they get held accountable, it's a manipulation tactic. So instead of looking in the mirror and be like, okay, you know what, you guys are right, I should do better. It's easier for them to be like, it's always me. Why me? Why you talk about me? Why you play with me and me and me?
I think the part where she
hold on, lady out.
Because I think it was directed towards me. That's all. My bad.
It was earlier when we were all having that conversation. I haven't spoken in a while. Like I'm kind of checked out. I've tried to get back re-engaged in the conversation, but that's why I was like, I'm just gonna leave because I'm checked out. Like I didn't expect me saying one thing to be taken into a 45-minute conversation, but two, I just feel like every time I speak, it's shut down, and then we have a conversation about why I shouldn't have been shut down, or about why, like, it just, I'm just over it. Like, I don't.
Can I real fast say something, Sierra? I don't want you to feel like, we're
Shan, you have to re-ask the question. She was asked a direct question. What part of the conversation do you feel was glossed over? We understand how you feel. You've articulated that, but what part did we miss? So maybe we can revisit it if it's substantive.
That's you.
She's gonna play victim the whole time. She just wants some sympathy from these people because they're trying to hold her accountable in the previous video, and we need somebody. Mariam says she wants people to beg her to stay. No, she wants people to stop holding her accountable because it's a tactic. Because if she's gonna act like this, guess what? So now people can't hold her accountable for her actions. It's like, but if it was a man, as a man, I cannot be like, oh, it was me, and life was tough, and I couldn't get a job, and I have a bunch of baby mamas out here. As a man, I can't do that because they're gonna be like, just man up, like get yourself together. But as a woman, I mean, she can do that. The man who would have held accountable, none of the partner. So
Sierra, I'm like, you're asking me that, like,
yeah. What part did you say that you felt like was ignored, right? Because we want to discuss it if it's worth discussing. That's what the question. That's what Shan had asked.
No, I'm checked out. I'm not adding to the conversation anymore because I'm done. I was silenced earlier. I'm cool. Like when I had something to say about the fact that, like, oh, we talk about marriage and weddings and all of this in here, but like, hello, like I'm not married. Like I've been engaged twice, yeah, but like again, I'm not married. I've never been in that kind of I've never experienced that. But then we're sitting here having a conversation about like this after we just had a whole 45 minutes to an hour conversation about including the younger generation's opinion. And I'm sitting here and we're having a conversation about the younger generation and we're still not including like our voice. And it's just I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't heard earlier when I had something to say about marriage and not, relationships that aren't in wedlock. And now we're having the conversation and I'm still not included in it. And I'm sitting right here. So that's like I'm over it. Like
Shan, this is why I jumped in, right? Because what she's saying is not true, right? We had a conversation all up and through what she added to the conversation about how sometimes you just don't like people. We talked about that ad nauseum, right? You know what I mean? We talked, and that's why Dr. Lady O was going on her, hey man, get your shit together. We ain't worrying about people's trauma. Because Sierra, you actually said people's trauma matters. So we discussed that in ad nauseum. Myself, Bo, and Dr. Lady O and everybody else. So those things were acknowledged and they were very substantive and important to the conversation.
Well, let me help.
Man, where's Bruiser? Where is Darwin when we need him? These all crying and these trying to play a victim. Because I only watched the first like maybe a minute of this video. So I was hoping somebody actually came in and really, held accountable, because sounds like everybody on the panel was just giving her a way out. I don't like this. Like we can't have people play victim and me and people let them get away with it. I don't like it. For that reason, I'm gonna stop right there. I know some people may say Boogie just likes the drama. No, I don't like the drama. It's just that we need to be held accountable, man or woman, right? So yo, Mariam be going off. Mariam is like, where do they find these hyenas? I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far and call them hyenas, but as a woman, you can say that. I can't say that. I don't want to get canceled. I absolutely don't want to get canceled. But I was hoping that would be my last video, but oh, by the way, Lapif is live tonight, so you know what? I may go check them out. I may go join Lapif. So after I get off here, you guys may have to find me at Lapif. Put in one in the chat if you want me to review one more video. If I get 5 ones in the chat, then I will do one more video. I'm gonna be waiting to count them. 5 ones. 5 different ones. No cheating. It can't be the same person putting the ones. Then I'll do one more video. I have it ready, but that's 1, 2, Mariam. We need 3 more, and then I'll know that you guys want me to do one more video. All right, that's two ones. All right, I know who the real supporters are. Mariam, I'm not surprised. Shout out to you. Shout out to Rikai. Evo Eddie, that's 3 ones. 2 more ones. 2 more ones. Rikai, no cheating. Yo, those don't count. I need 2 more ones from 2 different people, and then I'll do another video. One more video. I have like full videos here that I can do. All right. 2 more ones going once, going twice. I have the video ready. I just wanted to see if I have the rule supporters in here. I'll show you the video. It's from yeah, there's only 3 people in the chat, but it's like there are people watching.
That 50%.
I wanted to do this video from you guys have probably seen this guy on Shark Tank, but he was talking about the issues with marriage. So I wanted to review this video. Oh, I can do it next time. I can go to Lapif. Oh, that's 4. Okay, get out the way media. 4. One more, and then I'll play this video, and then we'll do it. We'll review it. So this guy, I think Kevin O'Leary is a billionaire, right? I think he's a billionaire. Oh, the acumen. Let me see if the acumen is not cheating, because I have a feeling the acumen already. Okay. All right, 5 ones. Let's go.
I wrote a book a few years ago called Men, Women, Money, and I did some research with some divorce lawyers trying to figure out why is it that 50% of marriages end in, failure. And I thought it was about infidelity, but it's not. Most marriages can survive infidelity. What they can't survive is financial stress. So in marriage, what turns out to really matter is that you both share the same financial goals and one doesn't outspend the other and go into bankruptcy. And I think a lot of due diligence is not done because people are in a euphoric state of love when they should be asking questions about where'd you come from, how much debt you have, did you bankruptcy in your family, are you bankrupt, or, just asking because you find that out anyways after you've been married a few years. But if you don't have a stable plan for building a family pillar around stable finances, you're going to fail. You already are failing 50% of the time within 7 years.
So what are the questions that you should ask, and how soon should you ask them? Because I'm guessing if you're on a first date and you just ask, what's your credit score? That might be a bit of a turnoff.
Maybe
to a lot
not.
of
That's
people.
what that was my strategy.
Definitely not for Graham. Graham would love to ask and answer that
yeah.
question. But when do you bring up these questions?
Third date, second glass of wine.
You have it mapped out to a science.
Third date, second glass of wine. I'll tell you
a
why.
good strategy.
By the time you've got to a third date, both sides are interested. And you really, you start to feel that way on the second date, but you don't want to press too, hard issues on the second date. You're still kind of getting to know each other. Third date, now you're really starting to think, well, is this person going to be part of my life in one way or another? It's a great time to introduce the idea that you care about that, to see what reaction your significant other has. If you can't talk about money with them or they freak out, you're not going to have a fourth date. That's my guess. You got to have something in common regarding financial stability. And that's the right time to have the conversation, saying, I'm really interested in you. I'm just wondering how you think about money. Like, let's talk about money.
But don't you think it's a good thing if one person's really financially responsible, one person isn't, and you can teach them? Because then it would be bad for everyone if just financially irresponsible people are just getting together and then having kids and teaching that to them.
No, because most times as adults, we don't want to be taught by other adults, number one. And number two, most of us don't really change. No, really.
And who cares? Who cares more about financial responsibility? Do you find it's men or women? More?
Yeah, they're smart. They understand it's not going to work if there's no money. I mean, it's that simple. I don't agree with that idea. You could teach them. They may have bad habits, bad spending habits that came from years ago. You can't change.
Yeah, you
can't. It's really worth doing diligence in that area, because later when it affects you, it really destroys lives. You have, collectors of debt, losing assets, losing houses. It's all bad. It's all bad. And so it's better to just resolve that, saying, look, if you believe in the same way I do, I'd like to control our spending, maybe when they will move in together, whatever, any conversation you can have about money. If they don't want to talk about it, that's a huge red flag. Huge red flag.
What if they have massive debt?
Find someone else.
And how do you know when to settle down?
I think it just comes naturally. It's really, if you want to have a family, you really don't want to go too late. I mean, I didn't get married till I was 36. That's pretty late. But we had kids right away. The one thing I would have changed in my life, if I could have, I would have got married a lot earlier, a lot younger, and had more kids sooner. That would have been better. Because now I really realize the value of that, and the family is so important. But you don't know that when you're young, and you keep pushing it off. But that's why you're seeing a reversal in trend. You're seeing a lot of people getting married in their early 20s now. They kind of figured it out. They want to go back to the way it was.
Is it? So I'm getting married 34, and I don't want kids for another few years at minimum, just because I kind of feel like I want to.
Your wife?
She'll be 26.
Yeah, okay. So she can wait a few years, but you also want to be alive when they make high school. Sort of
right.
You want to kind of
but if I could live until 120, I feel like I've got plenty of time.
It's just in case you don't. It's the idea that you probably.
Yeah, but I'm gonna disagree with him when he talked about that women are smarter with money. The reason I disagree is because women love the money. The reason that it seems like women are smarter with money is because they like the sense of security, right? So if you have the money as a man, they're going to spend it, right? As long as it's coming in, they're going to be the ones to spend it. Usually they're the ones spending more. So there's no way you can tell me somebody who's spending more is smarter with money unless they're building a business. So I disagree with him with that. But also, I think Kevin O'Leary is talking about the old times, because these days women, they don't want to get married at 20 years old. They want to wait till they're 35, 40, 45. And even then, they're still expecting to get a rich man. So
they want to have some kids by the time you're 36. If you just look at the clock of how it works and the amount of energy it takes to raise two kids, there's a lot of energy, particularly on if the wife is going to stay home, or maybe not, maybe you do. It doesn't matter. But the amount of energy is a lot. And people don't realize it till they're in that second, third year. You have one kid that's 4 and one that's 2. That is maximum energy. Like, it is just a burnout.
What's difficult specifically about that?
You need to take care of them 24/7, and they have a lot of energy, and their personalities are growing, and they're starting to explore the boundaries of you. Parenting is very tough for a lot of people, and they don't get how this works, and if they never had the experience, best thing is you can bring someone who knows. That's why grandparents are so important. They can say, well, that's what you don't want to do about that, or you want to do about this. Families work, that's why it's great to have kids in a broader family environment, because you'll find a lot of knowledge from people who have done it before. And a lot of stress in marriages happen on that first child, when you realize, wow, there's this person here every day, and we don't get to do the stuff we used to do. And that you did forego that. You have sacrificed it, but for the benefits of gains down the road one day.
And what are those?
Yeah, but that's also because most of us grew up in single parent households or divorced parents, and they didn't even teach us the value of marriage, right? Even some people whose parents were married or are still married, they didn't tell them the value of marriage. Okay, they just saw my dad and mom are still together, but the dad and mom never told the kids the values of marriage. They tell them the values of going to school, the values of getting a degree, the values of staying in school, the value of not doing drugs. The parents tell the kids values of all different kinds, but there's one thing they don't talk about: the value of marriage, the value of staying as a family together. They never talk about that. It's crazy. It's weird. They just expect the kid to go out in the world and figure it out, but it's not easy.
Gains? Is it purely just
Well, it's
personal
very
enjoyment,
enjoyable to
life
have a
satisfaction?
family. It's very enjoyable to work with one. It's great to watch your kids grow up. All these things you don't know until you do them. And so, it's just experience. You ask anybody, and sometimes you have not a great family. That can happen too, where, kids go rogue or whatever, or they're entitled and it's a bad outcome. But generally speaking, it makes life interesting. And that's why money alone in later years without any family is kind of lonely. You can buy anything you want, but you have no family. It's kind of sucks.
What advice would you give guys in relationships to keep the relationship steady, to keep your partner, in love with you? Have you heard of the term mental load?
Yeah, I have a single word: listen.
Listen.
Yeah.
But
if you don't listen to your spouse and you don't consider their ideas, you'll get divorced. Because if you just that is a problem. You have to have a two-way street.
Okay.
No matter what kind of relationship it is, gay, married, whatever. You got to listen. You got to let them be who they are. You got to listen to what they want. And they have to listen to you. If you can't do that, there's no mutual respect. It'll collapse for sure.
The issue that I have with that is that sometimes I'll listen, but I'll want to provide solutions. And I'm like, that's an easy problem to fix.
Because we're
just do this.
Men.
And it's like, no, but I want to talk about it.
That's
like,
a style. That's a style problem. That's a style problem. But really, listening does matter. You learn it the hard way. You've got to listen. And if, the great thing about a long relationship is you don't suffer the traumatic turmoil of divorce, which has monetary issues. It's got family issues. It's got all kinds of stuff. People don't consider what divorce is like 5 years later, particularly if there's kids. I've got lots of divorced friends. They're not that happy.
Of course they're not.
And they almost reconsider going back because they just realize it's nowhere near as good as it, even though it was bad. It's a weird thing. Divorce is quite traumatic. And I know people have been divorced 3 times. They're not good at being married. So that's the...
divorced 3 times, you might as well stay alone, man or woman. Like that's crazy. Especially as a man, if you lost assets in your first marriage and you lost more things in your second marriage, and now you're going back the 3rd time, like that's somebody obviously who's not good at relationships. But number 2, that's somebody who fears being alone. Like that's crazy. But where I disagree with him is the fact that men should listen. I have a feeling men listen. Obviously, I'm a man, so I'm probably gonna be biased, but men listen all the time. But I forget his name. Oh my God. Graham said, men listen, but we want to give solutions. But women just want you to listen because they're what's that called? Pillow talking, and they just ranting and venting. Yeah, that's the word. They just want to vent and vent and vent. And as a man, I'm trying to say, okay, you have a problem? She's like, I have a problem. Can you listen to me? Okay, I listen. I'm like, okay, I got a solution. And she's like, no, I just want you to listen. It's like, okay, I listened, but what are we going to do next? So that's where there's a communication issue between men and women. So I disagree with him. I believe men listen all the time. Anyway, that's all I wanted to view, just watching a billionaire, talk about the truth about marriage, because most rich men suffer in silence. They never want to talk about this. But I like Kevin O'Leary, obviously from Shark Tank. But I wanted you guys to see his perspective from a rich guy's perspective. So anyway, so I gotta give a shout out to Evil Eddie. Shout out to Rikai Media. Rikai, I think this is the first time I've seen you in my chat. So shout out to you. Shout out to Evil Eddie. Shout out to the acumen of a debonair. First time in the chat I've seen you. Shout out to the lovely Miss Mariam. Shout out to Get Out the Way Media for tuning in. Shout out to who else? There's somebody else who put a one in the chat. Wait, did I miss it? Some other two people. Rikai Media. Who else? Hold on. Oh my God, I think the chat. Oh yeah, Scott. Shout out to Scott. Scott. I see in the chat. I saw somebody else. I'm just trying to shout out everybody who has been in the chat supporting your boy. Anthony. I don't know if Anthony is still in the chat. Anthony was the first one tonight. Actually, Anthony was, as soon as the live went, I went live, Anthony was the first person in the chat. So shout out to Anthony. I don't know if he's still here. Shout out to Monty Simmons. I think that's the name. I'm just going back in the chat to see anybody who commented to just show support. Shout out to J2 4 Hours. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Canadian Bro TV. Who else? Lithium 919. Lithium 19. All right. Yeah, that's where my chat stops. Shout out to you guys. I'll be back with a live stream. I may join Friday's panel this Sunday. Hopefully I'll be able to. So if you see me, come on Sunday. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday. If I don't join on Sunday, I'll be back on Monday and probably Tuesday as well, if all goes well. So shout out to you guys for the support. Shout out Mariam, 80, Acumen, Rikai. Shout out for support. So till next time, it's your boy Boogie. Peace.